That is amen.
Okay, well that's not too bad. What am I doing wrong? Thank God Rory's here. I just want to say something to you before I start. Doesn't she look brilliant? Doesn't she look brilliant?
You're not too bad yourself.
I know. And do you see that hat she's wearing? You can get 58 stations on it. Right, enough about her, she says. Listen, I am shaking up here, so I'm going to carry on. And I genuinely mean this, what I'm going to say next, so Father Raymond, you'll love us here. O angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this night be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That's what he said. So no matter what I say now, Shannon can't do a thing to me. I am 100% safe. I've got a nasal stand beside me here. Right. Reverend Fathers, ladies and gentlemen, and Paul Kelly, down the far corner there, Kelly. Firstly, I just want to say thanks very much for coming here today, because to see 150 odd people here is just absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to say Shannon and Rory deserve a lot of credit to all this whole organisation, and it's just amazing what they've done. So well done, you two. So, Rory, welcome to the Mullen family, or should I say the Mullen family and the Shannon family circle, and of course all the in-laws and outlaws that are associated with them, the Welches and the McCormicks and everybody else, the Flanagans, everybody under the sun associated with the Mullins and the McSparrans, we'll say the McSparrans, will we? The McSparrans as well. And the Turner, did I say Turners, didn't I? Okay. And a special thanks to Father McHugh and Father Raymond McCulloch for celebrating Mass today and Father Raymond, yeah, I said his name. So thanks so much, and to all the musicians and the singers today as well. From Julie and Fiona and Olivia and Rachel and somebody else who I forget now, to tell you the truth. One of Shannon's friends, so she'll be giving up to me later on. Okay? And that's it really. I suppose I'm here, I'm actually, as I said to Howard, I'm here to say something about Shannon. So it's not going to be too deep, but it's all meaningful to me. And as I said to the other night, Shannon, it's very hard to squeeze 30 years into 7.5 minutes. I know she said to me, okay, even if 10. So here I am, I'm supposed to say a few words about Shannon, so I better get cracking on. Have you ever seen on Facebook the Scottish father talking to his wee 5-year-old daughter in the back of his car when she says to him, Daddy, can I have a boyfriend? And he's taping all this here in his rear view mirror. So the whole thing lasts about 41 seconds, and it goes from, Daddy, can I have a wee boyfriend? After 41 seconds, she's swearing at him. So that's the sort of conversation, no, you don't swear at me. That's the sort of conversations that I've been having with Shannon for this last 30 years. They start off nice and friendly, and then by the time we get to the bottom of the hall, you know what I mean, she's slamming the doors, and then sometimes when you actually slam the door in the kitchen, the door will come open again, and she will get back in and close the door again behind her. That happened more than once. So, on the 3rd of May, 1993, Shannon came into the world in Downpatrick, I was going to say Downpatrick Leisure Centre. In Downpatrick Hospital. And, oh my God. And when she was born, believe it or not, she actually brought with her a present for our James. Because James was 7 at the time. She bought a Lego parrot ship. Amazing. We had great fun building it, me and James, for the next 7 years. So believe it or not, she's done the same thing today. So Shannon has actually bought something for Rory. Where did that go? She's got something for Rory and something for Rory's dad. So here we go, I'm going to hand these here out now, Rory.
That's your right.
Grab that now, grab that. Okay.
No, they are parrots.
They are. And there's also another special one. There's another special one for somebody else as well. So, I would just love to say to everybody here, I was told to keep it lighthearted, so I've tried to get a few things in my head that just mean something to me and it's some things that make me smile, and some things make me proud. And so she's my daughter, so if I can't say I'm proud of her when I'm standing up here, I'll never say it. My next door neighbour came in yesterday, Jill next door, and she says, Eamon, we can't be there. And I said, sure, you weren't invited on me. But she says, this is your only daughter, so say what you mean and just say it and don't miss the opportunity, okay? So it's funny the things that stick in my head, and simple things like whenever Sionán was very young, she would, if I was in the big stay north front room, I would be eating my dinner, so Sionán would be sitting with her 2 legs round my neck, eating her bobo, drinking her bobo and watching the TV, and she just, as I was eating my stuff, I was feeding her as well, above my head, like that there. You know what I mean? So I just sucked away at the bottle and I was feeding her the mashed potatoes, the sirloin steak, or whatever it was. For some reason that just sticks in my head because she was so content sitting on top of my shoulders. Or even sitting with her pappy Shannon, Audrey's daddy, on a Sunday, eating his dinner with him after she had already demolished a dinner of her own. She was sitting beside him, she was like one of them wee birds, and her pappy Shannon was eating his dinner, and he was feeding her as well at the same time. So obviously her plate mustn't have been big enough. Reading to her at night time, The Elves and the Shoemaker. If you know these books, you'll know that. You know what I mean? The Elves and the Shoemaker, or The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse, or the scary one, Can't You Sleep, Little Bear? And that was the wee bear, he wouldn't go out of the cage. And when you see Sean, just turn that picture over. The wee bear was sitting looking out of the moon. So that's the sort of things that mean something to me, just something that's personal. And where's page 36? We were driving along one day, and whenever we were driving along, Shannon's, what do you call those seats in the back? Help me, Margaret. The car seat. The next thing, Shannon's about 2 at the time, she had her bow in her mouth, and the next thing, the bow was straight past me, bounced off the windscreen, and Shannon burst out laughing. Now she's only about 2, and I was thinking to myself, I thought there'd actually been a glass bottle. There would have been about £200 bill to sort that out, but it didn't bother Shannon, she just laughed away. When she was at St Mary's Primary School, believe it or not, Shannon played the part of Mary in the nativity play 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, she shouldn't be getting the Oscars for it, because nobody else in the P1, 2 or 3 class could remember their lines. And as Miss Hockey said, Shannon not only remembered her own lines, but she remembered everybody else's lines as well. So, as a result of that there, she was Mary 3 years in a row, but she didn't get any Oscars for it. And in actual fact, to tell you the truth, there's a couple of shepherds here in it as well. Do you remember the shepherds you used to get with the kitchen towel tied around their head? They're like somebody from the Mujahideen. And all these kids were standing at the front with tea towels tied around their head. And in actual fact, we've got a sheep as well. So we've got a shepherd over there, we've got another shepherd over there, and Conor Duffy. Where's Conor Duffy? Here he is here. Conor Duffy, who's now working for NASA or something out there. Conor was a sheep, and Conor, very good you were at it, I must admit now. But he's actually working for NASA now. I can't believe it myself. Anyway, Shannon joined the Symphony of Carrickman Choir at the young age of 6 or 7 years old, and she never looked back, and she's become not a bad wee singer. But she makes me proud to say that I'm her dad. Even though I don't say it there, as she says to me, Daddy, you always, if I miss a note or something out there, I get it wrong, that's the note you always hear. I say, well, Shannon, that's it, that's just the way it is. So thank God, she takes after her mother's side of the family. She gets her singing from her pappy Shannon. So Shannon, well done. And if anybody, she's actually made 2 or 3 wee CDs as well over the years. So if anybody's interested, I've got 300 of them below my bed, which are going at a very cheap rate, and I mean really cheap. So
one for everyone in the audience.
These are just, and as well as that, she's actually now part of Down Cathedral Choir, and we were over there staying listening to her there about a month or so ago, and she was amazing. That's what I mean. There's some things make you smile, some things make you proud. Whenever this, are you ready, Anthony? Whenever she was made in her final year at the Assumption Grammar, she was made the leader of the orchestra. So you know the way the orchestra's all out there, and the announcer will say, and now welcome onto the stage, leader of the orchestra, blah 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 blah. So Jerry Kelly says, and now welcome onto the stage, this is in the Waterfront, the leader of the orchestra, Shannon Mullen. So You know, the 30 people who were there all clapped. You know what I mean? And as Shannon's walking across the stage from over there, Jerry Kelly's over here, 800 people in the audience. Auntie Ann Turner goes, "Woohoo, Shannon, go! Woohoo!" To which J.D. McSparran said, "Mary, how do we know these people?" And she was part of the coldest in Castletown. Where's Orla? Where's Orla? There she's there. See, about 10 years ago, they had an amazing under 18 coldest group. There was about 20 of them, all unbelievable musicians. And they got the All Ireland finals down in Tullamore. Well, these hillbillies from America won it. So I don't even know how they got there, but they were useless, and these two were brilliant. And 6 hillbillies came in from America and they won it. Do you know what I mean? Was it fixed? Aye, it was fixed. You're right. So these are the things that sort of make me smile, and you know, what can I say? She gets very annoyed if you remember her friends' names. You know, her friends from primary school, Assumption, Queen's, Coleraine, or PGCE, or whatever other course you've done. You know, the conversation goes like, "No, not her, Dad. She's from Armagh. No, not her. She's the one with the blue hair. I mean, do you mean the one that plays the fiddle? No, she plays the flute." And then she said to me once, "I remember the name of your 2 friends, John and Iggy." That's what she said to me. And they're down in the corner there tonight. You know what I mean? So that wasn't too hard to do, Shannon, remembering 2 names. There was on one occasion, again to do with an orchestra. Shannon was part of the Queen's University Orchestra, and she couldn't go with them over to Liverpool. So I had to fly over to Liverpool with her. They're all gone, and the buses or whatever it had. So they all there before her. So me and Shannon flew over to Liverpool. Dad, you have to take me to Liverpool. So we flew over to Liverpool, got the taxi into the middle of Liverpool, and outside the hotel, all these students were coming down the street with their fiddles and their violins and their big bassoons and all that sort of stuff. Out of the car, and Shannon said to me, "Right, Dad, there's my friends. You can go now." So I got myself a £3 meal deal, a sandwich, a packet of potato cheese and onion, and a bottle of Coke in the local Spar. Got on the number 68 bus, took a spin around Liverpool for an hour and a half, and got back out to the airport. Best afternoon I ever had, and it was only cost me £3. The flights cost me £200. Well, and I'm near the end, not really. Whenever Shannon and James were small, I used to sing songs, put their names into them. So like, you know, Puff the Magic Dragon, Live by the Sea, Little J.D. McSparran, Love That Rascal Puff, you know, that sort of thing. Shannon came home about 5 years ago, wasn't it, after she'd beaten the Queens. And she came in and she said, "You know, I was listening to the radio, and I heard somebody singing one of Dad's tunes." And she said, "But he was singing, I asked to sing, 'Hello, Shannon.' Well, hello, my wee Shannon." And she came in and says, "Mommy, what's the guy on singing, 'Hello, Dolly, hello, my wee Dolly?'" And she says, "He just copied Dad's song." So Shannon, you are right. So finally the penny dropped. You're right, Shannon. He did copy my song. So, Rhonda, you're going to hear that. You're on the last page. It says, "You thank God." No. Anyway, more things that stick in my head, and again, it's just to do with Shannon's. All you seem to do is, with the kids go, is to drive them all around the country, knowing it's all in front of you, kid. You know what I mean? That time, diesel would be about £10 a gallon. The first time I met Lauren Beck, where is she? Where is she now? There she's down there. She's now Mrs. Bingham. Do you know what I mean? It was in the middle of a rainstorm in Belfast, up the Shankill Road, where Shannon told me, "I've got a wee friend who's going to take me up to Coleraine for the PGCE, but it's starting tomorrow." It was torrential rain, absolutely torrential rain. And this wee girl came out of a church that she was playing the organ in, jumped into this wee Nissan Micra, which should have been in the scrap heap about 30 years before that there, jumped into it, and I said, like, "Are you old enough to drive?" Like, you know what I mean, basically. And she said, "Sure, it'll be grand." And I mean, she put the boot down in the middle of Shankill Road, torrential rain, and scooted away down the street. And the next thing I knew, they were up in Coleraine. So that's where I met. So on her table down there, there's a wee small Lego car and a wee smelly face, because this blonde bombshell stuck her head out the minute and says, "Sure, it'll be grand." Closed the door and away they went. So they got there. And ever since, they're still friends, and they do weddings and funerals if anybody's interested. And I've got their cards up here as well. Anyway, at the start, I just said that we part of the Garden Angel, and there was things that make it. This is one of the ones that make you go, "Oh my God." There was one night we got a call from the police, and said, "Are you the owner of or 900?" No, but you know what I mean. And or 900 odd. And so thank God the turners were there that night. So we've been having a few glasses of wine. So we all jumped into Alan's car into Belfast to the junction of Ridgeway Street and Stranmillis Road. And there was Audrey's wee sporty Peugeot 207 sitting on top of a one-way sign. The one-way sign was a bit foot tall, was completely demolished, and the car was sitting on straight on top of it, front, middle and back, damage at the front, damage underneath and damage at the back. And the police inspector was there that night, and he was lovely, and he said to me something like, you know, he was very, very pleasant, and he just said, you know, he said, definitely nearly made it. It was a good try, and there's not many people who will be able to make that corner at 44 miles an hour. But don't worry about it, there's nobody else involved. We'll get the car sorted out for you, you take her home, and you just go on ahead. So I never seen him again, and right enough, he got the car sorted out. It ended up in Bales 2 days later getting fixed. And it's actually still running in Red Brock. That one there bought it about 10 years later. But on the way home, Shannon was adamant that she wasn't going too fast at all. And for the next 3 or 4 months, it was the exact same thing. Look, Dad, I wasn't going too fast at all. Right? So that's the sort of thing. It wouldn't make me smile. So where are we now? Rory? It's called Sionán's Corner now. It took him about 6 months or a year to replace the pole. So, where are we now? I'm sure Howard has got a lot of lovely things to say about Rory, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. So very briefly, Rory came back from America about 2 or 3 years ago, playing FIFA for Almac. And at one stage, and I don't understand this myself, when he came back here, Shannon swiped left, and he swiped left, or you swiped left, right, left. You both swiped right. You see, they both swiped right apparently. So whatever that means, they met at the City Hall, and the rest is history. And but I have to say, I'm going to say he's a lovely big guy. He's only 6 foot thick, so I'm a lovely wee man. He's a lovely big guy. Do you know? He is lovely. He has fitted into our squad very well. And the first time he met us all, he must have thought, "Oh my God, this is like the scene out of Star Wars. You know, in that bar where all the crazy people are playing the flutes and all, and they're all like aliens." Well, that was us. And he was in the middle of it all. But apparently he loved us. He thought we were great. So he said to go around the lab for an hour ago. So he's hard working, he's enthusiastic, and he's credited his mum and dad. Alright, Howard, that's you. You get that 5 later on. So, cheap express price is right. So, as that woman said, is that my buzzer? No, sorry. So, I'm just going to do something. I'm going to do it. That one, Jill said to me next door, Eamon, there's only one chance. So I'm going to sing one of my verse of a song here. Okay? So, I think I know the word. Jardine, plenty of that there. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and have others do for you. May you build the ladders to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young, the both of you. I couldn't believe it when I saw this the other day. There's a few people around here who've got wee Lego things that you fixed the heating up the chapel today for a start. So there's a few wee Lego toys that have been handed out. One to James over there. One to Mr. Turner, who got us home from Belfast that night. There's one for Ronan. Up in the choir and sitting on a Sunday, Ronan's the man who organises everything. It's not his mum, it's Ronan. He looks after the rest of us. Where are the rest of them? Lauren back then. Lauren, that wee man in the front there actually looks like you. It's Liam's birthday today. Liam's birthday tomorrow. It's Liam's birthday on Sunday. And there's one for Rory. I was going to say Rory McIlroy. Rory Mascali. All the way from this young fella's come all the way from Canada. So there's one for him as well. And last but not least, I couldn't believe it. when after that story about Shannon and the two police Land Rovers sitting at the top of Ridgeway Street in Lego towards Ross yesterday, there was a police Land Rover, you know what I mean? So Shannon, there's one for you as well. So my advice is still the same, drive slow.
Well done, Eamon. Next up we have father of the groom, and that is Howard.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Eamon. Eamon, can I call you to attention, please? Thank you for the gift. I don't know whether it's from you or Shannon or Rory, but whoever it is, thank you very much. But a question I had to put to you. I know it's not late yet, but is there one for everybody in the audience? I'll leave that to you. Eamon, superb speech. I don't know how I can improve on that. You stole some of my punchlines. I think you read my speech somewhere along the line, so I have had to doctor it very quickly. And I was warned as well, as I was warned last year at Tras's wedding, to be careful with jokes, because people don't understand my jokes. In addition to that, I probably have been warned not to sing, because Shannon and Rory know I can't sing. But Shannon, I'm relying on you to teach me. First thing you can do. Anyway, I start off the formal part here. My speech is probably a bit more serious than Eamon's, you know. Unfortunately, it comes with the job, my role. AML, let you figure out what that is. Some people here will know. Anti-money laundering, just in case you're wondering. First of all, good evening everyone. Father McHugh, Father McCullough, ladies and gentlemen. Eamon has already introduced me. I said, introduced me. I feel introduced at this stage, it's early in the day. Yes, I'm the father of the groom, Rory, and the father-in-law of the lovely bride, Shannon. First of all, on behalf of my wife, Mary, and myself, and our daughter, Trasa, and our son-in-law, Andres, what was I going to say? Somebody's told me, yes. I'd like to officially welcome the Shannon's parents, Audrey and Eamon and James, into the Davidson family. It's an official welcome at this stage. We've had a great time getting to know Audrey and Eamon and James and the extended Mullen, Shannon, Miss Kelly family over the last few weeks, and Bunce in particular. I apologise and forgive me at this stage if I still don't remember names. I can always remember faces, but trying to remember names can be a bit of a challenge from time to time. But don't worry, nice young yet, I will remember. I also personally welcome all the relatives and friends of both families to this special wedding ceremony today. Especially those of you who have travelled some distance, long way to this memorable occasion. I realise there are guests here from Australia. The best man, Kevin, came here from Australia via France. It took a long route, Kevin. I'm glad you got here in one piece. Great to see you. So there are people here as well from London. Yeah, from here, Tras and Andres. From France. Rachel and Charlie, where are you? From Cork, my brother and sister-in-law here, Fred and Mary Jo, from the table. Galway, where's the Galway people? There we are, good to see you. From Belfast, and many from County Down. And Canada, I'm told, sorry about that. Canada, and many from County Down, including the city of Bangor. Say no more. Okay. Rory and Shannon have worked very hard on the beautiful wedding arrangements that we now witness today. And they have been supported particularly by Shannon's parents, Audrey and Eamon and James. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody on their behalf and everybody who's involved in making this day so special, including the lovely bridesmaids and groomsmen. For the chair. and also Father Q and Father McCullough. Now, at this point, I formally invite Shannon into the Davidson family. Shannon, you've been a great part of our family for quite a while now. I don't know, 5 years? Good. Got that right. Yes. Shannon, you're a great lady. You clearly love our son Rory. You paid me to say that. Check bounced. And along with being a talented musician and singer, and always well organised, you brought so much happiness into Rory's life. We've witnessed that continually. Well done. Thank you. I think that you have been with Rory long enough now to know what you're getting yourself into by joining our family, small as it is. Seriously though, Shannon, we are glad that you're part of our small family. We love you and are so happy for you both, and are proud to have you as our daughter-in-law and sister-in-law. Now, a few words about Rory. And Eamon, I'm going to bring a little story in here about a car as well. Rory, you might remember this. Don't know if Shannon's heard this or not. Well, a little over 34 years ago, is that right, Rory? Rory was born, yes, Rory came into this world a bit earlier than expected, to the surprise of his mum, myself and Trasa. However, we've watched you grow up over the years into a wonderful young man. I had to say that. Yes, sometimes quite stubborn, but like myself. You were quite a challenge when you were a kid. Sometimes still are. But we can handle that. You knew everything, still do, but always had great integrity and strong values. You have a caring nature, and you're a great son, brother, and brother-in-law. Now, when I mentioned the word challenge, the last challenge that I remember was quite recent. You took on a sporting challenge. A cricket match a few weeks ago in Saintfield. Rory, you knew little about cricket. Maybe you know a bit more now, hopefully. But you bravely undertook the inauguration into the Mullen family. Well done. An experienced cricket family, I might say. So I'm told, because I don't know anything about cricket either. And this is your first cricket match in Saintfield, and hopefully an annual event. No. Eamon, next year I expect you to have a perpetual trophy available, and Rory, I expect you to win it. There's a pity, but this is the but, that you're on the losing team that day. However, things may change next year if you keep up the cricket, keep up the practice, and you're not too busy with other matters. Okay. I don't know why you're cheering. When Rory phones home, he usually has a conversation with his mum, Mary, first, as does Trasa, before they talk to me. What away. Must be a traffic signal somewhere. When he specifically asks to speak to me, or when he phones me directly on my mobile, I know, is Dad there? I need to talk to him. This is quite urgent. I know he's got a problem that he needs my expert advice on. An example of this is a few years ago. Shannon, you might have known him then. He was travelling home from Dublin to Bangor in an old Corsa, his very first car. And on the motorway near Dublin Airport, he's driving along, he noticed a lot of smoke flowing into his car. You remember that, Rory? And then we realised that it was his own car, his engine wasn't on fire. So he pulled into the hard shoulder, and quickly, as I said, realised the smoke was not from another passing vehicle, it was his own car. Then he phones home, looked for me. It was on Easter Sunday of all days as well, Easter Sunday afternoon. I took the phone call and said, what do? I can't do much here. So, being resourceful as he is, he quickly sorted matters out himself, believe it or not. He got the car towed off at some stage, I don't know when, Rory, off the motorway. Made his way back to his flat in Dublin. I think ate his Easter eggs. There's nothing else in the flats. And temporarily hired a car. That was a challenge too. I think nobody would take you on. I think you had to go out to Dublin Airport to get a car. So I don't know how you bribed him there. And you arranged then a few days later to buy a new car in Dublin. And the only guidance that I could provide was on car finance. Otherwise, you didn't really need my assistance, and you needed a new car anyway. But well done, that sticks in my mind. I can safely report that his resourcefulness is now even better with Shannon's assistance by his side, and on call probably all the time. Is that right, Shannon? Okay. Shannon, bit of advice. Keep a close eye on Rory when he's making curries. I believe that can be very hot at times, sometimes nearly burnt. I wouldn't eat it, I wouldn't taste it at all. Rory, jokes aside, you've been very fortunate in meeting Shannon, and we know that you were both meant for each other, a perfect match like bread and butter, or as Forrest Gump would say, like peas and carrots. Okay. Now, sticking with tradition, I would like to lead this newly married couple with some words of friendly advice. Will you take it, Rory? As you enter into the next stage of your lives together. Read the writing here, it's in red, it's in pink actually. As a great philosopher said one day, a man who gives in when he is wrong is a wise man, while a man who gives in when he is right is married. Rory and Shannon, Mary and I are so proud of you both. We love you to bits. All that remains is for me to ask you to join with me in a toast to the happy couple. But before we do that, I'd like to say, may you both live as long as you like and have all that you need for as long as you live. And ladies and gentlemen, Father McHugh and Father McCullough, please join with me and the rest of the family here for a toast. Is that okay?
Sorry.
I give you Shannon and Rory a lifetime of love, prosperity and happiness. Now the groom himself is going to take over. Right, Rory?
Hi folks. Thanks very much. Thanks, Daddy. I had a speech prepared and left it behind me this morning, so I'm going to have to wing it a little bit. But thankfully it was only about 5 bullet points because I think I've got the slightly easiest speech of the day. I basically got to say thank you to everybody. So yeah, thank you all for being here. First of all, thank you. Let me start that again. On behalf of my wife and I. Thank you all for being here today. It is, as I think Eamon said as well, the fact that you all have come here, it just makes us feel a wee bit more special that you all actually want to spend the day with us today. Thank you, I think in particular, to everybody who has shown us so much kindness and generosity over the last few weeks and months and years. We don't know how we can repay it. Thank you in particular to probably the two busiest men in the room, Father McHugh and Father McCullough. I know it's probably hard for you to get an evening off most weeks, most nights, and the fact that you're here, I think it's brilliant. Father McHugh, I always loved the way, obviously, Eamon, Audrey and James and Shannon are only 2 doors down from you. I love the way that you're like a family friend, you're not just the parish priest. and you can call into the house anytime and have a cup of tea, and you know. And borrow sugar, exactly. And you know the invite, you're always more than welcome in our house in Carryduff now as well. You didn't need to be told beforehand, but you know now as well.
Right.
And Father McCullough, I think, and we mentioned it before as well, the fact that you're here, for anyone that doesn't know as well, Father McCullough was very good friends with Shannon's Uncle Brian, who unfortunately can't be with us anymore, isn't with us anymore. And the fact that you're here, and today is Brian's birthday as well. Just makes it a little bit special. We feel like he's celebrating with us today as well. So thank you for both of you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the staff here in the Valley of Sionán. Thank you to Fiona and all the team. I don't think no's in your vocabulary, because we've asked for a lot of stuff and you've never said no, so thank you. Thank you to all of the vendors and everybody who's helped us, the photographers, the videographers, who should be brilliant. It's so easy today. To the florists, to the bakers, there's loads of people I'm probably forgetting, but thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the musicians. Can you stop giving me prompts, please? Yeah, thank you to all the musicians, to Geraldine, Cleona, Olivia, to Rachel, Orla, to Grace, who's outside, I think, like everybody who's contributed to the music today. I think everybody knows that music's very important to Shannon and I. I'm just the slightly less talented person in terms of music. But thank you to all of you for contributing today and making it a little bit more special again today. That's been brilliant. I mentioned Orla and all the bridesmaids. Thank you, you all look brilliant. And thank you to all the ladies, all the aunties and cousins and friends in the audience for all the support over the last few months, all the hen do's and nights out and trips away. I think Shannon, in my opinion, has to be, you need to make her feel special. I want to make her feel special every day, and you have all done that over the last few months. Although I will say, you booked for Shannon's hen do a luxury 7-seater house in the countryside. For my stag do, we had hostel rooms with bunk beds and sinks in the room, so I think we win. But no, seriously, thank you all for making Shannon. Thank you all for making Shannon feel so special over the last few months. She deserves it, in my opinion, every day. So I can't appreciate it. Thank you to our families, our parents. Thank you to my mum and dad for, I suppose, making me a fairly well-rounded person that I can find someone to marry me. Thank you for what? Exactly. Thank you for setting an example of a loving marriage and a beautiful family for Trasta and I that hopefully we'll be able to learn from and replicate when we have hopefully our own families ourselves. So thank you for everything to get us here today. Thank you to the Mullins, to Eamon, Audrey and James, and Maddie, most importantly as well, is not here with us today either. She's... don't start. And all the riders, as we said, I can't walk down Saintfield without bumping into somebody that we know in some distant relation we have to stop and talk to. And I don't know you all straight away either, so apologies there. And thank you to everyone in the family and all the wider friends for always making me feel so welcome. It's from day one when I first met Shannon and first walked into 37 Crosscar Road. It's been brilliant. The wider connections has been brilliant, including even the choir and everything. It's like the Von Traps. And I can't think of any higher compliment. I've always compared walking into 37 Crosscar Road to walking into my granny and granddad's house in Derry, where it's almost the exact same feeling. You don't have to knock, you don't have to walk, you just walk straight in. The kettle's always boiled, there's always some food there to be ate, and sorry, I always eat your food. And you don't know who's going to come in the door behind you, but there's always going to be great crack. And that just sums up, I think, what the whole family, but the Mullins in particular, are like, that they're the most generous, welcoming people that I can think of I've met. And I think everybody in this room appreciates it. And last but not least, my wife, Shannon. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Thank you for just saying yes today and turning up. And I'm going to tell everybody a wee bit about our first date. Ian mentioned it earlier. We met in Belfast, and must have gone pretty well. That I offered to drive you home and you accepted. You didn't just jump on the bus home. So I drove you home, and when I say home, I actually dropped you around the back of the chapel so no one saw you jumping out of the car with some randomer. I was driving off, and I was thinking to myself, Jesus, Rory, she's brilliant. Like, you're seriously punching here, like you're punching her. She's funny, makes me laugh every day, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's kind, she's intelligent. I haven't even told Shannon this, no word of a lie, but I said to myself, Rory, she could be the one. Just don't mess it up. So thankfully, in the last 5.5 years, I haven't messed it up too badly. So thank you, Shannon, for not letting me mess it up too badly, for just being the brilliant, kind, beautiful person 10 times, 100 times since I met you 5 years ago. And thank you for saying this. So you all want to join me in a toast? Raise your glasses to not messing up. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. No messing up. Was that what you would say, though, Kim Francis, as well? Not messing up? Was that what you like?
Well done, Rory. Next up we have the best man, and that's Kevin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just start by introducing myself. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting me yet, my name is Kevin Hines, and I'm the best man. Just like to thank Rory for the privilege of asking me to be his best man today. It was an honour to be up beside us both on the altar today whenever you share your vows together, so thanks very much. I'm just going to take this opportunity to start by sort of saying how fantastic everyone at the top table looks, starting with the mothers of the bride and groom, and well supported by the fathers as well, a lad as well. Then as well, the groomsmen here and Rory, you have us looking fairly dapper in the suits, and James as well down there. It's a fine choice, Rory, so fair play. And to be honest, whenever I was leaving the house today, I sort of thought it was going to be pretty tough to surpass us, but the bridesmaids have really done that today, and you've really eclipsed us there, ladies. You look fantastic as well. And then obviously to the bride, Shannon, no one here needs me to tell him or tell you just how beautiful you look today. You've really lit the place up on your special day, so well done. So, I've known Rory for a little over 23 years now. We met as a couple of 11-year-olds on the bus on the way to our first day at Our Lady in St. Pat's in September 2000. We spent the next 7 years sitting together every day on the bus, talking about sport, movies, TV, family, and whatever girls we fancied at the time. We thought we were a couple of cool fellas, but unfortunately the sad reality is we were a couple of nerds. So, in fact, in the 7 years we spent at Knock between 2000 and 2007, I think we only picked up one detention between us. And I'll add at this point, it was Rory got it too, whenever he got caught sneaking out of school to go to the bakery. So I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure you'd agree I don't seem like the type of fellow that would be at that sort of thing. So, but aside from Rory's sole detention, he really was like the model student, really. He was so committed to his education, and he really dedicated himself to his studies. In fact, he was so committed that he once turned up to his maths GCSE with a stomach bug. Now, while I was extremely impressed by his determination to make it to school, I think every other student on the bus that day had wished that he had stayed at home. Not to be too graphic, but Rory arrived on the bus with a Tesco bag, and let's just say that Rory's vomit in a bag with ventilation holes on a small school bus wasn't a great combination there, so. Anyway, through school and beyond, one of the big things that brought us together was playing for the mighty St. Paul's in Hollywood. And we're generally better than Darcross as well, just for the Mullins there as well. I think Rory started playing for St. Paul's around 2003 or 2004, and he carved out himself a reputation as being a solid, if not unspectacular, cornerback. But unfortunately, it's fair to say Rory did lack a certain amount of grace on the football pitch and probably didn't have the same silky skills that maybe others around him had. And I'll just say, I wasn't one of the ones with silky skills, but I probably wasn't quite as ungraceful as Rory on the pitch now. So, anyways, one of the downsides to actually living in Australia is that you miss playing football with your friends. And nothing disappointed me more than one day hearing a report of Rory playing cornerback and attempting a defensive clearance, and he somehow managed to clear backwards towards his own goal line. So, yeah, these were just one of the real ungraceful moments that we could associate with Rory at times. But as it's his wedding day, I will tell you that during the week he actually told me he scored 2 goals in his career, so there was a bit of attacking flair there. Anyways, one of the themes that seems to be cropping up here is cars with the guys, so I'm not gonna move away from that. As Rory went through life, he's been through a number of cars. He's currently driving a Tiguan, and before that it was a BMW, both fine cars. But before that he had a Volkswagen Golf. And I think he regretted this purchase because from the moment he got it, myself and the other boys down the back there gave him nothing but grief over the cherry colour of it. But before that, he had the Vauxhall Corsa, which Howard was sort of talking about. And it was a car that lacked so much in power you would have thought it was powered by a AAA battery. But it's sort of starting to make sense now, Howard, because it took its fair share of abuse, that car. There was one day myself and Roy decided to pull into McDonald's in Bloomfield Shopping Centre, and to this day I don't know how he managed it, but he managed to drive into a stationary car whenever he was parking it. So yeah, it's all fitting together now there. So you also must be a good match there because you seem like both terrible drivers anyway. So for those of us who know Rory well, we're probably quite surprised that this day has actually come. For most of the time I have known Rory, he hasn't been able to make eye contact with a girl without becoming an awkward mess. So, fair play, Shannon, you must have made quite the impression that he actually struck up a conversation and has pursued it so far that you have now got married. Regardless, we're all glad that he was able to, because it's clear how happy he's made you. From the first moment I met Shannon, it was obvious what a friendly, smart and pretty girl she was, and I of course heard so much about her musical talents, and I think Eamon was selling me some albums as well as that stage, so... in Rory, she's met an intelligent, ambitious, loyal and generous fella, so I think they're a match that are just perfect for each other. And Rory, I think you must have been literally reading my speech before yours, because I've literally said, I think I've spoken for everyone here when I said not to make a mess of this because you're massively punching. So you've kind of ruined it for me a bit there, but... Anyways, one final bit from me, and Howard's actually already touched on this bit again as well, but Rory's been training himself to be the perfect husband. Most of you won't know that on Monday afternoon, Rory had the day off, and he tried to do a good deed and have dinner made for Shannon to come home to before heading out for a few drinks with myself and Tony Tumulty. However, in doing so, he managed to leave the slow cooker on and went outside to do the gardening. Now, thankfully, he didn't burn the place down, but he did manage to fill the entire place up with smoke and was having to open windows and burn candles to try and clear the smell. So, Shannon, go easy on him. He might not be quite the finished article yet, but he is trying hard. He's just going to need a little bit more training. And listen, at that, folks, I'd like you all to raise a glass with me, and we'll toast the happy couple. Rory and Shannon, on behalf of everyone, I would like to wish you all the happiness and joy for the future, and wish you a lifetime of happiness together. To the happy couple.
I can't believe that.
Never take it back. I think Dad's speech was the best one.
Now, well done. I think everyone deserves another round of applause, please. And if we could all just take a moment as Father Raymond is going to say grace.
First of all, just before Grace, can I just say thank you to Sionán and to Rory for the lovely names of the tables. It's lovely to be at Jerry and the Pacemakers table. That's wonderful. But let's just pray for a moment. And again, we might just take a moment to remember absent friends and those who have gone before us. I know Father Brian has been mentioned a couple of times on this, what would have been his 78th birthday. He wasn't just a wonderful uncle to Sionán, but a very special brother, priest to me and to many. So we just remember Father Brian and all those who've gone before us and all those who've been very much part of Sionán and Rory's life this far. And we pray that they will rest in God's eternal care. And today we thank God for Sionán and for Rory, and we thank God for the love that they now share as husband and wife. In a world where so many are hungry, we thank God for the gift of food and those who prepared a meal for us today. In a world where so many are lonely, we thank God for family and friends, many of whom have joined Sionán and Rory for their special day. And in a world where so many walk in fear and uncertainty, we thank God for his unconditional and everlasting love, which assures us that we never walk alone. Amen.
Amen. Is that Father?
Well, I didn't mention it, but you ever walk alone.
Yes.